harder on him because now people have had 3.5 years of exposure, and they're firmly rejecting that exposure of what they've seen, what they got, and what they don't want.
That's reflected in the polls right now, at least. Sarah Fagan.
Look, can
Right.
Mike
Hi,
Pence
everybody.
effectively make the case at
So this is
just how liberal Kamala Harris is? She's
just going to
far
be
to the
a
left
stream where I'm
of
hunting
anybody
shinies
who's been
and
a presidential or vice
we're
presidential
going to watch this
nominee
debate
for the Democratic
because
Party in
even though I'm
modern
not
history,
super
ever. Can you make that case?
political, I just think that right
Yvette
now it's
Simpson.
important.
Thoughts and prayers to Mike Pence. Debating a black woman is not an easy thing, and he's going to find
Yeah,
that out.
it's gonna be starting in
tonight.
about, like,
And
4
about
minutes or
Kamala
so.
Harris, I'm focusing on his failed coronavirus response. He could not protect his own office, let alone
Anyway,
our country.
as it stands, I'm
34
currently
cases
hunting
in the White
for,
House. That's more than 3 countries,
shiny
Taiwan,
Thompson.
Vietnam, and New Zealand combined. And I would nail him on that, as well as his extreme views on abortion, on immigration, and others.
So to answer Lindsay's question, you're expecting the prosecutor, Kamala Harris, tonight.
I do, in part because we know that Pence, because of his tone, gets away with standing behind Donald Trump and also telling lies. And I think she's going to have to hold him account. I think she also has the big job of putting forward real issues, and I think that's going to be a big challenge for her today. I think she'll rise to it, though.
Okay, Yvette, thanks very much. Matthew Dowd.
To me, truth and science is on the table tonight, and it's a big thing. Can Mike Pence defend him as head of the task force and Donald Trump from all the science and all the truth they've ignored along the way? And will Kamala Harris prosecute the case against them for ignoring the truth and for ignoring science in the midst of this global pandemic?
Martha Raddatz, you've been a moderator like Susan Page
Oh,
tonight.
an
She's
egg
got
session.
the total choice of which topics to bring up. Kamala Harris doesn't have any significant foreign policy experience. Of course, Mike Pence, 4 years as vice president.
Exactly. And I wouldn't be surprised, George, if you see Mike Pence try to turn away from coronavirus, certainly try to defend the administration's record, but turn to terrorism, turn to trying to get the troops out of Afghanistan and Iraq. We know he has guests, Kayla Mueller's parents there tonight. She is the young humanitarian aid worker who was killed by ISIS. Wouldn't be surprised if Pence presses that.
And thank you, Martha. Byron Pitts, the Trump campaign was trying to make law and order the big issue coming out of the summer. It's now been eclipsed again by the coronavirus. How does Mike Pence, does he bring it back?
Well, George, I would think not. I would imagine that's a point that Kamala Harris will make. She'll make the argument that there's a racial divide in America. Mike Pence has said race isn't a problem in America. We'll see who makes that case better tonight.
And John Carl, thank you, Byron. John Carl, as I said at the top of the broadcast, Mike Pence has never allowed any daylight to show between him and Donald Trump. Can he get through 90 minutes tonight of that?
Well, and I'm going to give you 2 specifics. One is on that Mike Pence led the coronavirus task force. Will he acknowledge anything could have or should have been differently in the administration's handling of that crisis? And one specific on Kamala Harris, neither she nor Joe Biden have answered the question, do they favor expanding the Supreme Court? That's a big issue, and it's a question that they should answer in this campaign.
Yeah, and it was clear that the vice president did not want to answer that last week. One other question, though, on that, John. First on Mike Pence, even behind the scenes, any ever hint of disagreement?
Never, George. And I have spent a lot of time with Mike Pence over the past 3.5 years, never heard any daylight between him and the president.
Okay, Cecilia Vega, you've covered the White House for the last 4 years. You've covered Kamala Harris when you worked in California.
Yeah, George, I'll be watching to see the role that race and gender play tonight. Unfair or not, Kamala Harris will be held to a different standard given the history that she is about to make on that stage. And on the Pence side, definitely watching to see how he can possibly defend the White House being this hotbed of infection that is right now, given that he is the head of the coronavirus task force.
34 cases now inside the White House, according to FEMA. The debate is less than 1 minute away. Mike Pence, Kamala Harris, moderator Susan Page of USA Today. We'll be right back with the start of the debate.
This is an ABC News special. In a week of unprecedented disruption, the wait is over. The person a president could rely on most takes center stage. Mike Pence.
In this election, it's not so much whether America will be more conservative or more liberal.